If you have enough Robux, you can pretty much buy anything on the platform. Anything from your dream hat to any game pass you could ever want, to name a couple of things. The issue is, Robux can cost real money. Sometimes you don't want to spend money on a free game, which is totally understandable. Luckily, there are a few ways that you can actually earn Robux for completely free without having to worry about things like surveys or fake Robux games designed to steal your account. In this video, I have compiled 4 different ways of earning Robux for completely free. And if you are interested in any more methods of earning Robux, put a comment down below. Before this video starts, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and maybe hit the bell if you like my content and want to see more of it.
We pray for better days.
So the first method we're going to be using is GFX and GFX creation. Now, GFX is a shortened term for graphics really. It means anything to do with making logos, thumbnails, ads. For example, this is a thumbnail from Piggy. Now, GFX is completely free to get started because all you'll need is Roblox Studio, Paint.net and Blender. I'll put links to these down below too, so you know where you can get it. Keep in mind though that the Windows Store version of Paint.net is paid, so I don't advise getting it from there. Besides software however, you will also need a pretty decent PC so you can run it. You don't need a supercomputer or a $1,000 gaming PC, but something better than your school laptop would be better, otherwise you'll have to be waiting quite a while for renders to be complete. However, aside from those, you don't need any money or Robux to start things up, and you can be earning Robux on your first day if you learn how to make GFX quickly enough. Starting GFX is pretty easy too. There are a ton of YouTube tutorials on how to make GFX and how to use different softwares and plugins to get the effect and look you're going for. I put a good tutorial in the description too, which is one that uses Blender 2.8, and if there are any issues with you trying to learn this, I'll try and make a video myself on Blender and Paint.net for you to use. I made my first GFX piece in around 20 minutes and I was able to keep improving. Now I earn quite a lot more from GFX than I used to, and it has really started to pay well. The amount you get from GFX increases the more you do it. I started off charging around 20 Robux per piece, but nowadays it's closer to 1,000. Sometimes I will even charge US dollars for it. And occasionally I can receive up to 5,000 Robux for GFX commissions. Overall, it does depend on how you price yourself and who you talk to. I'd honestly suggest starting at a lower price between 5 to 30 Robux and increasing as you improve slowly. You will start to know if you are charging too much because people will not pay for your work. Just make sure you always get paid before you send the completed piece, otherwise you have a high risk of being scammed. A good place to find customers for selling GFX would be Group Recruiting Plaza, which I have also linked in the description. Here you can find a bunch of people who may be looking for GFX work. You can either hire out a booth or approach people yourself, and it can take a while to find a customer, but once you do, you'll have some Robux in your account to spend on whatever you want. So our next method is going to be making clothes. Now, making clothes on Roblox involves designing templates and either selling them to people or putting them up on the catalog yourself. You can create shirts and pants and potentially even hats if you get accepted into UGC, but that's a whole new level of complexity which I won't even go into. Essentially, you'll be designing shirts, jackets, pants, vests, anything you like really. And the best part about this is you actually get a copy of the clothing for free. And if the piece of clothing manages to get on the front page of the catalogue, you'll be earning a lot of Robux way after you've even made the clothing, so it can become a passive income source which, once you've made the shirts, you don't have to worry about doing any more work and you'll keep getting Robux as long as the shirt is still relevant. The more shirts you make, the more money you'll make, and if you upload the same shirt a few times, you have a higher chance of someone buying your shirt. If you want to earn Robux passively, without working, you'll need Premium or a friend who has Premium and is willing to upload them to a group and pay you whatever those shirts earn. If not, you can just make clothes for people for an upfront payment where they can pay you via group funds. In order to make clothing though, I do suggest you use Paint.net or Photoshop if you already have it. If you are unable to download these though, you can use Pixlr, which is online. Clothing tutorials also exist on YouTube, and I will link a Pixlr and Paint.net tutorial in the description of this video so you can follow those and make your first item of clothing. Just make sure that you do use the right template, otherwise you can have some problems there. Apart from that though, it's pretty straightforward to get started and you can have some items of clothing made in only a few minutes. Now, making clothing is very similar to GFX in the fact that if you make it for people, you will start off only earning a little, but your earnings do go up the more experienced you are. If you upload it yourself though, it depends on how lucky you are. Each shirt can go from either 0 to over 1 million Robux on how much he earns you depending on how lucky you are and how nice the shirt looks. Now, building on Roblox is essentially creating buildings, cities, or even whole maps using the Roblox Studio software. It takes a little time to get used to, but building in Roblox can pay a lot of Robux or even real money if you get good enough. You can use things such as parts, meshes, and unions to create beautiful landscapes, but mostly you'll be making things such as military bases and cafes or home stores, unless you choose to make your own game, but that's a whole different story. Unlike clothing design and GFX creation, all you need to start off building will be Roblox Studio, which usually comes installed with Roblox itself. There should be YouTube tutorials out there for using Roblox Studio too, but I will try and link one in the descriptions if you are having issues getting to terms with it. Once you get better, you can start using plugins and other software like Blender to make assets, but starting out, you can earn a lot of Robux with only Studio. Like every other method, there are tutorials on YouTube. It's pretty easy to start off, and there are separate tutorials on how to build specific things which you can use to develop your skills. Please don't sell things you learn from these tutorials though, because that is rather scummy. Starting off, you can look to get around 100 to 200 Robux per build, but that can increase to over 20k per build once you improve and get better at what you do. This can always go up a lot more though if you improve even more, and you could earn up to hundreds of dollars per build if it's big enough. Now, the last method requires little to no effort and can get you a load of Robux right from the start if you get lucky. And this is using Twitter and participating in Twitter giveaways. Sometimes people on Twitter will offer giveaways which look like this. If you follow the instructions in the giveaway and retweet their tweet, you are entered into it. You can enter in as many giveaways as you want to increase the chances of you winning one. It requires almost no effort and could be the best way for you to earn Robux if you're not willing to spend time learning a craft like building, clothes, or graphics. In order to participate in these giveaways, you will need social media though. You already have YouTube since you're here, but you will probably also need Twitter. In short, all you need to do is look at the hashtag Roblox giveaway, and you can find all sorts of giveaways on them for more than just Robux. Some offer limiteds or in-game items too. Typically, a giveaway is between 100 Robux and 50,000 Robux, so if you win you can expect something around that range. If you like what you saw, feel free to like the video and maybe subscribe and hit the bell. If you have any other methods that I haven't mentioned here, be sure to drop them in the description and I might feature them in a new video. Have a wonderful day.